December is here, and this is your one-stop, the only video that you need to see the top things happening here in Metro Detroit in December 2023. Hey, this is Mike Perna, your Metro Detroit local real estate agent and relocation expert, bringing you again my monthly video on anything and everything happening here in December 2023 in Metro Detroit. Now, I'm going to leave some things off and hit the high points, otherwise I'd be here for like 2 hours with all the things that are happening here in Metro Detroit. Before we get into it, I'm a licensed real estate broker and Metro Detroit relocation expert. If you're moving to or around Metro Detroit, I want to know about it. Click the link in the description or the first pinned comment, and then we'll start the conversation. So we're going to kick off with local events because my goal is to make you a Metro Detroit local. Starting downtown, the Detroit winter markets are open in Cadillac Square with more than a dozen local vendors. And I love shopping local and supporting the businesses that support us back. While there, grab some food and a drink at the Cadillac Lodge. Make a day of it by adding in the Monroe Street Midway with that 80-foot slide, bumper cars, and an on-site arcade. You can finish the day off at Campus Martius at the ice rink, and you can rent skates right there. Next up, downtown Plymouth has over 75 decorated Christmas trees up for the month with their annual Walk of Trees. And December 7th and 8th, the Christmas in Plymouth Mistletoe Market will be open with a ton of local shops. Next up, I've got the SantaCon National Bar Crawl, where what you do is you actually dress like Santa. Like hundreds of people dress like Santa, and it's back and it's happening on December 9th in Royal Oak, downtown Detroit, Clawson, and Ann Arbor. There are 4 locations. We're gonna make sure all the links are down there for you. At all the crawls, there will be live music, entry to each spot with a ticket, and a heck of a lot of fun. And also, if you're an Uber driver, you're gonna have a busy night, I think. Like, this is definitely one of those nights for you. So December 9th, if you're an Uber driver, make sure you got that blocked off. Okay, let's get into live music, and I know you love a good show the way I love a good show. LCA is going to be off the chain this month with a ton of good acts. So first up, we've got Mariah Carey with all her Christmasness coming December 1st. Channel 955's Jingle Ball is happening December 5th with Usher, Jelly Roll, Flow Rider, and more. Doja Cat is performing on the 10th at LCA, and then Travis Scott is playing on the 12th. And 97.9 WJLB is doing the big show featuring Lil Wayne, but the one that I'm not gonna miss is the Trans-Siberian Orchestra on the 23rd, again at LCA. So there are a couple other one-off shows happening around town as well, like the Bare Naked Ladies is playing at the Soundboard Theater with their holiday show on December 5th. Train is playing the Fillmore on December 6th, and one hit wonder from the 90s, Local H, is playing the Blind Pig in Ann Arbor. Comedy in Metro Detroit is on fire in December, and you know, if you've been watching me for any amount of time, I am big on the comedy scene and the theater scene as well. And we're gonna get to that one, don't worry, we'll get there. So the big shows, the comedy. The Fox Theater is hosting Bill Bellamy, which is the guy that coined the term booty call, on December 9th. And John Oliver from The Daily Show with Jon Stewart and his own show, Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, is performing on December 29th. Now the Royal Oak Theater has stand-up comedians coming as well. Ashley Gavin on December 2nd, Pat McGann on December 9th, and the big name there this month is Margaret Show on December 15th. Mark Ridley's Comedy Castle, which is my favorite comedy club in all of Metro Detroit, on December 3rd has its Hip Prov, which is a charity fundraiser hosted by our own local talent, Tam White, who is amazing. She's our homegrown hero. I've met her. She's funny. You should go and definitely support local charities because that's always a good thing. And she's going to be featuring Lee Thomas from Fox 2. Up next, we've got Kay Trevor performing the 7th to the 9th at the Comedy Castle. Nick Griffin is performing the 14th to the 16th, and Melanie Hearn is on stage the 21st to the 23rd. She's going to be great, by the way. And rounding out the year at the Comedy Castle is Phil Palisol from the 28th to the 31st. So if you're looking for theater, and I'm always looking for theater, we got you covered. So we're going to start at the Fox Theater, and tons of shows this month, starting with the Cirque Dreams Holidays, December 1st to 3rd. The Nutcracker is back on December 10th for 3 shows, and on December 17th, there's one showing of the Mannaheim Steamroller. The 21st to the 23rd, the Illusionists are performing their Holiday Magic Show, which is actually really good. I've seen that one before. At the Detroit Opera House, Frozen is playing from November 29th to December 17th, and at the iconic Fisher, and you gotta scope out this building if you haven't before, it's beautiful. Chelsea Handler is doing one show on December 1st, American Girl Live in Concert is on December 7th, and Hop Nutcracker is on December 9th. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the musical, is playing on the 15th and 16th, and Ain't Too Proud, the musical based on the Temptations, local Detroit itself, is running from the 19th to the 23rd. I have not seen this yet, but I intend to. Being December, also, I want to say this, I can't skip the lights, and there's some amazing displays. Here's my must-hit rundown list to see if you're living in or visiting Metro Detroit. So first up, and one of my favorites, is the Detroit Zoo's Wild Lights, which is 35 nights of millions of lights over the trees and displays. Tickets are running $17, $65, depending on if you want to do things like add on extra shows or a parking pass, or go see like the Polar Express in 4D. Next up, we've got Wayne County Light Fest, which runs a section of Heinz Drive right through the 24th. It's $5 per car, cash on site. You can also buy online ahead of time, but $5 cash on site is the easiest way to do it, in my opinion. Next up, I've got the Big Bright Light Show in downtown Rochester, which is always on my list to see. The Holidays at Meadowbrook is a walking tour of the grounds, and of course the mansion, and ending with another one of my favorites that is one of my not miss yearly ones. Right off of Halloween in Greenfield Village, we are back with Holiday Nights in Greenfield Village. This is 80 acres of village dressed up for the holidays with food and Model T rides and horse-drawn carriages. This thing's an actual blast. Michigan sports in December. Now, before we get there, I want to just take a step back and acknowledge Detroit sports. I'm even going to rename Ann Arbor as part of Detroit, like a Detroit suburb, which usually it's not, with how well the Wolverines doing and how well the Lions are doing. Now, after Thanksgiving, the Lions are on the road again with back-to-back games. On the 3rd, they're playing the Saints in New Orleans, and on the 10th, the Bears at Soldier Field. Now, what are your favorite places to watch away games when you're here at home? I'm always looking for like a new place to go scope out. I happen to like Frame Bar over in Hazel Park. That's one of my go-to favorites. It's not really a sports bar and not the biggest TVs, but I just like it there. It just feels right. Now, the 17th is a home game against the Broncos. No time set yet. And the last game of the year is going to be the 24th against the Vikings. Up next, I've got the Pistons with a couple of home games this month on December 2nd against the Cleveland Cavaliers here at home, the 11th against the Pacers, the 13th against the 76ers, which I think they'll stack up pretty well against, and then it's not on the road again until the 21st home game against the Utah Jazz, the 26th against the Nets, and the very last home game of the year on the 30th against the Toronto Raptors, who I think they're just going to crush. Personal opinion. Now, the Wings have a ton of home games this December. Now, they're going to be here the 2nd playing the Canadiens, the 5th against the Sabres, the 11th against the Stars, the 16th against the Flyers, the 20th against the Jets, the 23rd against the Devils, and the 27th against the Wild. But then, not back until January. Last on the list, I wanted to add in just a couple of oddball things that caught my interest, but just didn't really seem to fit anywhere. I've got the Redford Theater, the Penn Theater in Plymouth, and the Michigan Theater in Ann Arbor are doing some favorite Christmas throwback movies. They're screening them. The Redford Theater is screening these Christmas favorites: Gremlins on December 1st, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation on the 2nd, which that one I'll probably go see, White Christmas on December 8th, The Polar Express on the 9th, I'm in for that, the Holiday Mystery Movie, which is literally a mystery, nobody has any idea what's playing until the day of, and that's on December 10th, and then It's a Wonderful Life is playing on December 15th. You can't not go see It's a Wonderful Life, like that's just a tradition, right? Now, all shows here at the Redford Theater are either $7 or $5 for seniors and children. The Penn Theater is playing It's a Wonderful Life on the 1st, the 2nd, and the 3rd, Elf on December 7th, 8th, and 9th, A Christmas Carol on the 10th, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation on the 14th and 15th, White Christmas on December 16th and 17th, and rounding out the holiday at the Penn is the Polar Express, the 21st to the 23rd. The Michigan Theater in Ann Arbor, which is one of my favorites, the lineup this year, the Polar Express is on December 3rd, The Grinch is on the 10th, Home Alone, which I personally geek out on, is on the 17th, It's a Wonderful Life on the 22nd and the 23rd. And guys, that is a full month, and we really just kind of scraped the surface. We didn't scuba dive, we just went right over the surface of all the stuff to do here in Metro Detroit in December. The holidays are upon us, and we're gonna be dropping more videos as they progress. If you're thinking about making a move to Metro Detroit, or you're living in Metro Detroit and you're planning to make a move, let me know. I'm gonna get a bunch of these events on my calendar right now, and I will see you there. And if I do, you better walk up and say hi. Seriously, and I mean that, like from the bottom of my heart. Say hi to me. You see me? See something? Say something. Say hi to me. See you on the next video.